Hello everybody, welcome back to another mod review, and today we're going to be checking out the Farmer's Delight mod for Minecraft Java 1.16.5. And basically this mod adds a whole new range of stuff to do with farming, and basically just expands from the base game on farming because, well, there's not really much to it in vanilla, and this mod changes that and adds in I don't even know how many foods there are, but there's a lot. There's tons of new foods, there's new ways you can cook foods. There's new ways you can prepare foods. There's a whole ton of stuff, as well as some new decorative blocks as well. So today we'll go over all of the different things that this mod has to offer. So it goes all the way over there, so there's quite a lot to cover. So we'll just crack on straight away. And I will leave the download link as always down below in the description, as well as anything else that I decide to include. But starting straight off the bat, we have a new way of cooking things, which is called the cooking pot. Here it is here. And it looks quite nice. And what you can do is you can place this cooking pot on one of the brand new blocks called the stove. And what happens is if you place the cooking pot on a block that isn't the stove or a campfire, it will just sit here like this and not do much. Whereas if you chuck it on top of a stove, or a campfire, it will begin to bubble and make this new noise, and you will see that the animation is all fire here, whereas here it is not. And you can begin cooking, and we'll go over exactly what you can cook with this just a little bit later, but just for demonstration's sake, if I go and pull up a campfire, I'll show you that you can indeed put it on top of a campfire as well, which is quite cool. Like this, there we go. So that looks really cool. You can, if you're building like a wee campsite, you could have this as a nice little decoration, and of course this does all work as normal. Very cool. Now on to how to craft these two things. It's relatively simple. For your cooking pot, all you're going to need is, here we go, just find it, there we go. So the cooking pot is only going to be this here, so 5 iron, 1 water bucket, 1 shovel, and 2 bricks. Of course the shovel for the little, the spoon there, the wooden spoon. So that's how you craft your cooking pot. And then your stove, very simple recipe, 4 bricks, 1 campfire, and 3 iron ingots on the top. And that's how you craft the both of them. For a quick, just a little demonstration on what you can actually do with this pot, we can take some ingredients from the new mod here and craft ourselves some nice pasta with meatballs. And we'll go over all the different recipes eventually, but I just wanted to put this little demonstration together just to show you what this thing does. So you can chuck your ingredients here, you can chuck your bowl in, depending on what you're making. And in just a second, we're going to get out some lovely pasta with meatballs. So yeah, it's really cool. I like this. I like this a lot. It's a new way of cooking that doesn't just require all this stupid, it's just chucking in a furnace all the time, you know, it's a bit too basic. It's nice to have a new way of cooking things. Moving on from the cooking pot and stove, we have another new way of preparing food and cooking food, which is the brand new chopping board here. And a very simple recipe for this guy. All you're going to need to make this is just simply 4 planks of any choice and 2 sticks. So yeah, very simple recipe. And what we can do here is we can actually take the brand new knife, which we'll get onto later on. There's all different variants of it, or an axe in this case. And we can take any of these items here, these food items, some of which are new, and transform them into brand new food types. So if we take the log, and you may be thinking what the log is doing here. But if we just take a small selection of food items, like so, and for the log you'll need to use the axe, because I'll show you that in a minute. If we right-click the item onto the chopping board, we're going to get a nice little preview. And for the log, you would just take your axe, you would right-click it, and you're going to see we get a stripped oak log, and we also get some tree bark, which is a brand new item. And we'll get onto what that does specifically later on. So very cool. Some other things, if we place the cabbage on here, we're going to see we get the nice little preview. Very decorative block, really aesthetic, I like it a lot. But if we take the knife for this item, for example, we right click again, we're getting a nice little sound effect, and we're going to get some cabbage leaves. And we can continue doing that for anyone we want. It's very cool. And also if we take a cake, now if we take the cake and we right click with the knife, we're going to see we get some cake slices, some slices of cake. And it's really cool, I like that. It's like a new little kind of way of preparing food. Similarly with the apple pie or any of the other pies, we can right click it and we're going to see we get some slices of apple pie. So that's a really nice addition there. And this works for all of the things that were in here. So all of this plus everything we just did, you can now prepare. So for example, let's just do one more thing. The beef, we right click this and we get some minced beef, and that works for everything in there. So it's a really cool addition. But on from the ways of preparing food, We have some new craftable items, some new decorative blocks, some of which I think look really cool. This here is the rice bale, and this is crafted with 9 rice panicles, and we'll get on how you can obtain these yourself later on. We also have the carrot crate, which is crafted with 9 carrots, and similarly we have the potato, the beetroot, the cabbage, the tomato, and the onion crates, and these are all just crafted with 9 of their respective items. So 9 beetroots, 9 cabbages, 9 tomatoes, and 9 onions. And some of these are vanilla foods, and some of these are brand new as well. So it's pretty cool. And here we also have a bag of rice, which is crafted with just 9 rice. And again, we will get on how to get all these new materials later. And lastly, we have the straw bale, which is crafted with 9 straw, like so. So that is all the kind of new decorative blocks that we can craft with some of our foods. So yeah, nice that we have a bunch of new things to decorate your farms and whatnot with your barns. And over here we have some new storage blocks actually. These are called pantries, and we can actually open these up and store some food in them and stuff. So it's really, really cool. Nice little decorative block. They're almost like cupboards, and these would be really nice to put around your kitchens and stuff. I think it would look quite good. Crafting recipe for these things, really, really simple. 6 oak slabs, or 6 any slab, and 2 trapdoors, and this goes for all of the different variants as well. As you can see, for spruce, for jungle, for acacia. Oh, I forgot to put the recipe in there. For dark oak, and they even did it for the new nether variants as well. So we can see with the warped and the crimson as well. So these are the new pantries, nice little decorative blocks, storage as well, for which you can keep food in. And I just think it looked really, really good if you're decorating a kitchen or a house. So that's very, very nice. On from the pantries, we have a few more decorative blocks. Here we have the new basket, which is almost like the design of a scaffolding. And this is crafted just with the 4 bamboo and 3 pieces of canvas, and canvas we'll get onto it later. And you can actually open this up and store things in it. I think it just looks really, really cool as a nice little another storage and decorative, and we can of course sit in it as well if you want to. So that's quite cool. Here we have some tatami. Now tatami is a Japanese kind of mat material, and you can make it with this mod, just combining 2 pieces of canvas and 2 pieces of straw to get yourself a tatami block. And with the tatami block we can make ourselves some long tatami mats and a small tatami mat. So for the long tatami mat, all you're going to want to do is have 2 half tatami mats, and that's going to make you a full tatami mat, sorry, not a long tatami mat. And for the smaller ones, all we need to do is take a full tatami mat and and that will turn into a half tatami mat. Now they're the ways of crafting, you know, them out of each other, but you can also just craft them simply with either 1 tatami block for 2 full tatami mats, or just the 2 half tatami mats, if you want to just take note of that. So either the full tatami block or 2 of the half ones. And similarly for the half tatami mat, you just need the full tatami mat. You can't craft the smaller ones just with this block alone. So from 1 block you can craft 2 of these, no, 1 of these, sorry, and 2 of these. So yeah, that's quite cool. On from that, we have a couple of new materials here, and 1 new block. So these are the ropes. This is a rope here, and we can craft this with 3 straw. And you can place this anywhere. You can place this vertically, you can place it horizontally, and it will actually allow you to climb it. So as we can see here, it acts like a ladder. It's just quite cool, but it doesn't get destroyed when you destroy the block that it's being supported by. So you can have it sitting or standing on its own, or hanging on its own. Which is quite cool. And from these ropes we can also craft ourselves a safety net, which is just 4 ropes together, and this is quite bouncy. It looks quite cool, and it's just another little nifty little thing that you can have around your world as decoration and whatnot. So that's the some of the new decorative blocks that don't really serve too much of a purpose, but are just nice to have there as just a bit more extra. On from that, we have a couple of new farming blocks. We're getting on to the more technical side of things now. This is organic compost. And organic compost, when it's actually quite an interesting block. So if we hover over it here, not in here, sorry, in here, we're going to see that when we craft it, so it's crafted using 1 dirt, 2 straw, 2 bone meal, and just the 4 tree bark here, or you can craft it with 1 dirt, 2 rotten flesh, 2 straw, and 4 bone meal. We're going to see that that's going to give us organic compost. And it's quite an interesting block. So when it's exposed to light, when it's exposed to sunlight, water, or adjacent activators such as mushrooms, it's actually going to turn itself into rich soil. So you can place this stuff down around the specific requirements that it needs. So water, sunlight, and adjacent activators like here. So if you place it next to any of these blocks, it will speed up its transformation. In time, it will turn into rich soil, which cannot, it looks slightly darker in colour than your normal dirt. And when you till it, it won't actually get destroyed. So when you turn it into farmland, it doesn't need water to make it stay that farmland. But however, it will need water to actually grow crops. It can grow crops without water. Like as we can see here, I planted these a little while ago and they have grown a little bit. But this is what it looks like, the farmland, by the way, from the soil. But when we hydrate it, you're going to see it's going to go much darker. It's going to speed up crops. It's going to it won't get destroyed when you jump on it. It won't get destroyed by not having water near it. So it's basically just an enhanced and better version of the normal farmland. And it looks, it's quite decorative as well. You could use this in certain areas around your world. But that is the organic compost. It's quite an interesting block actually. But on from that, from back when we were doing the chopping board, these are the new selection of knives that we can craft with this mod. And it doesn't actually include a wooden or a stone one, it just includes a flint knife. We have an iron knife, a netherite knife, a gold knife and a diamond knife. And for the crafting recipes for these guys, it's really simple. Just a one stick and one material of whatever you're crafting it for. So here we have one piece of flint, we have a stick and one piece of iron, a stick and one piece of netherite. That is quite expensive actually. One stick and one piece of gold, and one stick and one piece of diamond, and that was going to give you your knives. Moving on, we have a new full range of crops that we can grow and find in the wild within our world for this mod. So everything on the left here you can find in the wild, and everything on the right here we can plant ourselves. And let's just start from the far left over here. First off, we have the wild cabbages, and these look quite cool, little flowers coming at the top of them. Note that this has all been done on rich soil. So this is rich soil when it is tilled and turned into farmland, and it has been hydrated as well. We can see some much darker colour from the other one over there. But these are the wild cabbages. Here we have, oops, I just destroyed that. Here we have wild onions. Over here are the tomato vines. Here we have the wild carrots. Here we have wild potatoes. And then lastly we have the sea beets. So that's all the kind of wild things that you can find. I think they look, I love the textures on these. They look really good. So very detailed. So well done to the sprite artist for this section, for this mod, because these just look really detailed. I love the kind of little flowers coming off and everything, and that goes for just all of the previous items as well. But on from the kind of wild stuff, we have the stuff that you can plant manually. So here we have your self-planting onions, and when you destroy these you will get onion seeds as well that you can just plant down. And here we have the rice here. Now this is the wild rice here as well. Note that you're not going to get very much. You're not going to get very much, actual rice from the wild stuff. You're better off planting yourself. Like if we destroy this here, I don't know if we will get any. No, I don't think we will. But this here, we will get stuff from, as you can see. And this is just used by. You will get actual rice from the wild rice that you can then plant. So if we just go and have a look for it here. So yeah, the wild rice will drop this here. And when you get this, you can simply just plant this underwater. It has to be underwater, otherwise it won't work. And you can plant it down and it will grow, and you can harvest it and you'll get rice panicles from the self-planting rice. And obviously with the rice panicles you can craft all your ricey stuff from previous. So it's quite cool to see that you do have to plant the rice underwater like you would normally. It needs to be well hydrated. So that is the rice and the other things as well. Over here we have the cabbages. I think these look really cool. You could decorate gardens with these quite well, I think. And then on from that we have tomatoes, and I think these look really cool. These actually work the same way as sweet berry bushes, so all you need to do is just right click these and you will be given tomatoes straight off of the plant, and you don't need to plant them over again. You can just keep them, and you will get 1 to 2 tomatoes per plant here, so really nice to see. And lastly we have some new mushroom types. So these are actually just, well, you can, if we go into the menu, they're going to give you red mushrooms, but if we go into the menu here, we have red mushroom colonies, and these will spawn naturally on like mushroom islands and stuff that you can find. And when we destroy these, they will just give you your mushrooms back, and you can just a bit more variation, I guess, within your world. And there's a couple of stuff we can craft them with as well. So that is all the crops that you can find with this and plant yourself with this mod. So there's a lot that you can have fun with this mod. And on from all that, we have some of the new things this mod you can, all the new foods actually. These are all the new foods here. But before we get onto that, there's a couple of ones that don't really fit into any category. So here we have the rice, and the rice we can actually craft if we don't want to, you know, go looking for the wild stuff. We can just take one of the rice panicles and put it into a crafting table, and from out of that we're going to get our just normal rice here, like so. On from that we have a fried egg, and what we can do with the fried egg, to make a fried egg, we can just take a normal egg and chuck it in a furnace, and from that we will get ourselves a fried egg. So if we just wait this to cook up here, we will see that we get a nice fried egg, and this can be used in some crafting recipes as well, which is nice to see. Here we go, there we go, we have a nice fried egg holding in our hand like that. That's a cool little thing in this mod. And from those we have all the new things that you can craft in your inventory. So I split this up into two categories. This is everything here that you can craft just in your inventory without anything that you need, without the cooking pots or anything. And then over here is everything that you can craft in the cooking pot. So we have a kind of a nice variety of things that you can cook. So starting off at the very beginning, we have the milk bottle. And this is got a very simple crafting recipe. All we need to do for the milk bottle is three glass bottles and one milk bucket. That will give us 3 milk bottles. So that's very cool. Here we have the wheat dough, and wheat dough is crafted simply with 3 wheat and 1 water bucket, and that will give you 3 wheat dough. On from that we have raw pasta, and raw pasta is just crafted using 4 pieces of wheat and 1 water bucket, or you can use 1 egg and 2 pieces of wheat for only 1 raw pasta. On from that, we have a pie crust, and the pie crust, if I can find it, is here. We can craft that using 3 pieces of wheat and 1 milk bucket, or 1 milk bottle. So that's quite cool to see. On from that, we have the apple pie, and the apple pie over here is crafted with either the 4 slices of apple pie, so either by taking your knife on, putting your apple pie on the chopping board, slicing it up into 4 slices, or like so, 3 pieces of wheat, 3 apples, 2 pieces of sugar, and 1 pie crust from before. And all the pies will obviously need the pie crusts. Here we have the sweet berry cheesecake, and we can craft the sweet berry cheesecake with 6 sweet berries, 2 milk bottles or milk buckets, and 1 pie crust, or 4 slices of sweet berry cheesecake. And we can also craft here a chocolate pie, and the chocolate pie is crafted with 3 cocoa beans, 3 milk buckets or 3 milk bottles, 2 sugar, and 1 pie crust, or of course the 4 slices. On from the pies we have a sweet berry cookie, and the sweet berry cookie is just 2 pieces of wheat and 1 sweet berry, and that's going to give you 8 sweet berry cookies, which is quite cool. That's a nice early game food type. Here we have the honey cookie, which I'm sure you guessed is 1 honey bottle and 2 pieces of wheat, which is nice. Here we have a melon popsicle, which is quite cool. This is crafted with 4 melon slice, 2 pieces of ice, and 1 stick. And over here we have some of the salads. This is the fruit salad, and this is crafted, here we go, with 1 apple, 2 melon, 2 sweet berries, 1 pumpkin slice, and a bowl for your fruit salad. Here we have the mixed salad, and this is crafted, here we go, this is crafted with 1 cabbage or 1 cabbage leaf, 1 tomato, 1 onion, 1 beetroot, and a bowl. This is the nether salad, which is quite a strange looking dish here, which is crafted just with a crimson fungus, a warped fungus, and of course your bowl. On from all the salads, here we have the barbecue on a stick, and the barbecue on a stick is crafted with 1 tomato, 1 onion, 1 steak, 1 chicken, and 2 sticks, and that's going to give you 2 barbecue on a stick. That's quite cool. Here we have some sandwich types. This is the egg sandwich, and this is crafted with 1 bread and 2 eggs. which is quite nice. Here we have the chicken sandwich, which is crafted with either one chicken, cooked chicken cuts, which can be, by the way, the chicken cuts can be taken, can be crafted by placing chicken onto a chopping board and taking the knife to it, and that will give you your cuts. And that the same works for all the meat. So if any of the those type of meat pop up, I'll tell you that you can just put it onto your chopping board, take the knife to it, and chop it up into these little pieces here. One cabbage or one cabbage leaf and a carrot for your chicken sandwich. This is the hamburger, and the hamburger is crafted with one bread, one beef patty, one cabbage leaf or cabbage, one tomato, and one onion. And the beef patty is just crafted by taking your normal beef, putting it on the chopping board, using the knife, and then cooking the whatever you get out of that. I think it's called the what's it called? Let's have a look. Yeah, minced beef. Put your minced beef in a furnace. That's going to give you a beef patty for your hamburger. On from that, we have a bacon sandwich, and this is crafted with a piece of bread, a cabbage or a cabbage leaf, a tomato, and a piece of cooked bacon. Cooked bacon, of course, just take your pork chop, use it on the chopping board. You're going to get yourself raw bacon, put that into the furnace, and you get cooked bacon. On from that, we have the mutton wrap, and the mutton wrap, if I can, there we go, is crafted with one piece of bread, cooked mutton chops or cooked mutton, a cabbage leaf or a cabbage, a tomato, a milk bottle or a milk bucket. And last, we've still got a few more to go. This is the stuffed potato. The stuffed potato, where is it now? Where's the stuffed potato? There we go. It's crafted with a baked potato, a beef patty, a carrot, or a milk bottle or milk bucket, or just a normal piece of steak. Here we have the roasted mutton chops, and the roasted mutton chops are created with cooked mutton chops, beetroot, a bowl, cooked rice, and a tomato. And that's going to give you your roasted mutton chops. Here we have the steak and potatoes, and the steak and potatoes is crafted, if I can find it, here we go, with the potato, with a baked potato, a piece of steak, a bowl, an onion, and some cooked rice. And over here we have the grilled salmon, and the grilled salmon is crafted with a piece of cooked salmon or cooked salmon slice, sweet berries, bowl, cabbage or cabbage leaf, and an onion. Over here we have the roast chicken crafted with a piece of an onion, an egg, a piece of bread, 2 baked potatoes, a piece of chicken, 2 carrots, and a bowl. Over here is the shepherd's pie. The shepherd's pie is crafted with 2 baked potatoes, 1 milk bottle or milk bucket, 3 mutton chops or mutton, 2 onions, and a bowl. And last but not least, we have the honey glazed ham, which is crafted with 4 sweet berries, 1 honey, 1 smoked ham, which is taken by using a knife on a pig. If you kill a pig with a knife, you're going to get yourself some ham, chuck the ham into a furnace, smoked ham, 2 cooked rice, and 1 bowl. And that is everything, we got there eventually, everything that you can craft in your inventory with this mod. Sorry if it's, I was going a bit fast there, I just wanted to get through them as quickly as possible because there's a lot. But last but not least, over here we have a couple more recipes, and this is everything that you can craft in the cooking pot. So here we have the dumplings, which are made just with, if I can have a look for them, here they are. Raw pasta, cabbage leaf or cabbage, onion, and raw chicken cuts, or brown mushroom, or raw pork chop, or raw bacon, or raw beef, or minced beef, or anything really, for that matter. Over here we have the cabbage rolls, which is crafted with a piece of cabbage, an egg or raw chicken cuts, raw beef, minced beef, and a couple other things as well. Lots of different options there. Here's the cooked rice, and the cooked rice is just 1 piece of rice in the cooking pot and a bowl. Over here is the beef stew, which is crafted simply using, here we go, raw beef, minced beef, raw beef or minced beef, a carrot, a potato, and a bowl. And here we have the chicken soup, which is crafted using, where is the chicken soup? Here it is. Raw chicken cuts, a carrot, an onion, a cabbage leaf or a cabbage, and a carrot. Over here we have the vegetable soup, and the vegetable soup is crafted, where is it? Vegetable soup. So we have a cabbage or a cabbage leaf, we have a beetroot, a potato, a carrot, and a bowl. Over here is the fish stew. Fish stew is made with a raw cod slice, raw salmon or raw salmon slice, tomato sauce, and an onion. Here we have the fried rice, and fried rice is created with an onion, a carrot, an egg, a piece of rice, and a bowl. Here we have the pumpkin soup. The pumpkin soup is made with a milk bucket, milk bottle, some porky stuff, so that's your raw bacon or your raw pork chop, cabbage leaf or cabbage, and a pumpkin slice and your bowl. Over here we have the baked cod stew, and the baked cod stew is just raw cod slice or raw cod, a potato, an egg, a tomato, and your bowl. Over here we have the noodle soup, and the noodle soup, if I can have a look for it, here we go, is just your raw pasta, raw bacon or raw pork chop, a fried egg, a dried kelp, and a bowl. Here we have the pasta with meatballs that we crafted or cooked earlier, which is just minced beef, raw pasta, tomato sauce, and a bowl. And here we have the pasta with mutton chop, and pasta with mutton chop is just raw mutton chops, raw pasta, tomato sauce, and a bowl. All getting to the end now. We have vegetable noodles, which is just a carrot, a cabbage leaf or a cabbage, a carrot or an onion or a potato or a tomato or a beetroot, a brown mushroom, and raw pasta. And second to last is the ratatouille, which is made with simply, if I can have a look, ratatouille is crafted with a tomato, onion, beetroot, or a couple of other things here, so your carrot, onion, potato, and tomato as well. And lastly, after all the other recipes, is the squid ink pasta, and this is made with just a raw salmon slice, tropical fish, raw cod slice, raw salmon, and it just carries on. Raw pasta, tomato, and an ink sac. So that's everything that is crafted in your cooking pot, and there's a whole bunch of food types. That's a lot in the menu. That takes up a good few rows in there, and that is pretty much everything. And lastly, we'll go over two of the other special things that this mod goes over. Okay, so the last couple of things that this mod has to offer in terms of cooking and crafting with all the new farming items. We have here some dog food, and this when you feed this to a tamed wolf, it's going to give it speed for 5 minutes, strength for 5 minutes, and resistance for 5 minutes. So that's quite a couple of significant buffs there for wolves. If you're ever taking them into battle, you can give them some dog food, and that's going to give them a whole bunch of buffs to them. Similarly, we have the horse feed here, which is going to give you, when you feed this to any of your tamed mounts, speed 2 for 5 minutes and jump boost for 5 minutes. That's actually really OP. For the dog food crafting recipe, you're just going to want some rice, some assortment of meats, a bone meal, and a piece of rotten flesh, and your bowl in your cooking pot. That's going to give you the dog food. And then over here we have, for the horse feed, 1 hay bale, 2 apples, and a golden carrot. So that's actually a quite simple recipe. Sorry, actually a hay bale or a rice bale for your horse feed. And with that, finally, we have gone over absolutely everything this mod has to offer. All of the new decorative blocks, the crops that you can plant and harvest yourself, and all the new food types. I probably didn't need to go over every single crafting recipe there, but I thought I'd be as well anyway, just to save you having to look them up yourself, or if you don't have this mod here, just enough items, it would be easier for you just to hear it here. But yeah, that is just about everything. So as always, I will leave the download link below, and so you guys can go and check it out yourself. I highly recommend you do, because I think this is a really cool mod, and it could work well with anything, even just like a vanilla survival playthrough. Just chuck this on, just to enhance the game a little bit more, and I think it would be really beneficial. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. And with that, have a nice day everybody, and thanks for checking in.